Hey guys, Merry Christmas. Ryan with Premiere with some story time. I'd like to share a story with you about Christmas with me and my brother. And some of you will probably be mortified when you hear this, but I got a great follow-up at the end of this. So, I'm sorry for the shaking. I'm on the highway. But I was, probably 7 years old, maybe. My brother Keith was 5 years old. And my grandparents used to come down and visit us from Belchertown, Massachusetts, which is like the western side of the state. And they would come down and they would visit us and sleep overnight and wake up in the morning and open presents with us. And it was good, family time. And my parents divorced when I was 10, I believe, and my brother was 8. So this is kind of like one of the last Christmases, Some people might say, maybe you did this. Maybe you caused your parents' divorce after hearing this story, but I don't think so. So, like any kid on Christmas morning, we would wake up really early, excited to see what Santa Claus brought us. And I would go in and wake my brother up, or Keith would come in and wake me up. Santa came. And we ran out and opened our bedroom doors, and we ran out, and oh my God, there are so many presents. It was like, I don't know what my dad did that year, but the whole living room floor was full of presents, from the corner where the tree was all the way out to like the hallway. You could not step without hitting a present. So me and Keith are like, oh my God, can you believe this? Like, look at all these toys, because we're young, so we think, oh, it's toys. I'm sure there's like a sweater in there for grandma, but most of these are toys. So, like the little hellions we are, we look at each other and I go, with all these toys, let's open one. We could each open one. I bet you nobody would know. And my brother, being the, okay, his older brother, okay, and we opened a present. And we didn't like that present. So we opened another one. And I don't know what happened, because maybe I stepped into like a warp zone. I definitely stepped outside of my body, because about 30 minutes later, somehow, covertly, we were able to open 100 gifts. Not only just to Keith and myself, we opened my grandmother's gifts, my grandfather's gifts, my mom's gifts, my dad's gifts. I don't fucking know. I don't know what we were thinking. Like, I'm speaking this out right now, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what would go through a kid's head to think like that this is okay? And this is, these are the toys that Santa brought. So, like, my parents didn't even know what was in those packages yet, if you understand what I'm saying. So, it was like, yeah, man, it wasn't good. It definitely wasn't good. So, now we got all the presents opened, and there is a rumbling of the door opening upstairs. The old house, you hear the door open, and then I see these pair of legs starting to come down the stairs, and it was my grandfather's legs. I could see his bathrobe hanging, and I was like, oh shit. So me and Keith grab our Cabbage Patch Kid dolls, and we run into our room, and we're laying there in the bed, and we're laying there in bed pretending we're sleeping, and I hear my grandfather come down, and then I hear my mother come down like fast, going, oh my God, and my father's like, I'm gonna kill him. And then they come down to our room and they turn the light on, and there's me and Keith laying with our little Cabbage Patch Kid dolls and our brand new pajamas that we just put on. Fucking We just had Christmas without you. We just had Christmas without you guys. Oh my God. So I don't know how we got woken up. I don't know if they let us, but I remember my mom one time telling me that she could always tell when I was fake sleeping because I would always leave my eyes open enough so that the light in the room would glisten off my eyes. They're beautiful blue eyes. And so the door opened and my eyes were shut. I was not opening them. What the hell? Oh no. Ah, Jesus. So, yeah, I just opened my bag to the gas station and filled my truck, and I just lost the contents of my bag on the floor. So yeah, I'm sorry I lost my train of thought there, but so I got my eyes closed. No one's gonna see me. No one's gonna know. Somehow we got up, and then we had to go out, and my mom's asking us, do you remember what presents came with what wrapping? Because we're gonna have to take pictures of, oh look, here's Ryan opening your gift. We're gonna go to your grandmother's house later. So and so's gonna wonder, how did you like this? We don't even know what this is. So yeah, I mean, it's a great story, but I don't know what we were thinking. And I really robbed my parents, of great memories. Now some would say, well, you created great memories, because it became like the story of my family as we got older, but I also think to myself, well, what if it was me? What if it was me and that happened and my kids did that to me, robbed me of that Christmas morning? So now fast forward 30 years, okay, I am driving in my truck and I got one of my employees with me, and it's the end of the season like it is now, and I'm asking him, hey, what are you guys gonna do for Christmas? And and then I say to myself, I'm going to tell him the story. And I go, I'm going to tell you a story. I go into the story, and he goes, oh my God, I know this story. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I know the story. Like, when I was a little kid, I heard about this. He's like, I don't know, it became like a folklore, legend that this happened. He's like, I thought my parents were just lying to me, telling me not, telling me your story so that I wouldn't even think about doing it, but yeah, I heard this story growing up, my brothers know it, blah, blah, blah. So a little history, we find out that his father actually worked with my dad at the same place at the same time that happened. How's that? Isn't that a great story? It's a Christmas miracle. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good Christmas, and I hope you guys are planning your marketing and your strategy for next year. And someone's taking cute pictures of my QR code right now. It's funny when they can see them when they do it, swarming around the truck, pointing their cameras at it. I'm gonna get this lane. But yeah, so I hope everybody's strategizing on how they're gonna, make a bigger impact next season. You guys should be thinking about, capital expenditures. If you guys haven't bought anything before the end of the year and you had even remotely a decent year, you need to buy something to offset your tax liability. Because if you went from I was kind of making money and I always broke even to now, I actually had a good year. When you go to do your taxes, you're going to find out, shit, it was almost better to have an okay year than a good year. So offset that stuff. Buy some equipment, take care of your guys. I mean, if you had a good year, we lost the first 2 months to rain, and then we had a rest of a season with almost no rain. So we would have had a phenomenal year if it started out and stayed the same way. But for what it was, we had an okay year, and we're trying to build a building, so money's not fucking everywhere, right? But I still manage to give the guys bonuses. Everybody, you know, if you can afford it, man, you got to take care of your guys. You got to take care of them because they're the ones that take care of you, right? So, what else? Connections. You know, you're going in the off season. You got a lot of time on your hands. You're not going to be doing much. So try to get out there. Start making connections. Go into some of these little mom and pop places. These little stores like you know, party stores or convenience stores or bodegas, whatever they call them in your area. With, you know, they're not these large chains like a Wawa's or a Cumberland Farms or a Love's or something like that. And go in and talk to those people because those are the people you can get directly. You know, introduce yourself, look at their parking lot, come up with some ways and that they can help you. Maybe offer to do a demo for them in a small section and see if they like it. You know, like if you're new to the business, you got to find creative ways to get your name out there. So you should be thinking of stuff like that. Also, content. You know, I know a lot of guys aren't comfortable in front of a camera. I'm not really comfortable in front of a camera. Look at me. But you gotta, you gotta build content because as these people are going through TikTok and YouTube Shorts and, you know, they'll run across your stuff. Let me tell you how TikTok works. People go, I don't want a TikTok. Let me tell you how TikTok works. You make a couple TikToks, you make some TikToks, you make a TikTok page. You're on TikTok. You start talking to a customer. That customer is also on TikTok. Now, I have tried to shut this off. I don't know how many times. I've started fake accounts that have nothing to do with my phone number or my email address, and still the people who I know find me. Now, on my business page, it's tenfold. If I go and do an estimate for an apartment complex, and if that person is on TikTok, I don't know if it's because now they're saved as a contact in my phone, or because we're in the same proximity of each other and TikTok knows that, so it starts to suggest my stuff and vice versa. But these people will find your stuff if you have content on there showing that, like, you're a quality contractor and you're somebody who cares about the work that you're doing. You know, go out and make some videos of some estimates that you're doing and talk about the project. People will get a sense of who this person is from your videos. And, you know, if you have enough videos, they watch all of them. By the time they actually meet you, they feel like they know you, they trust you. They realize that the person I just met is the same person that is in those stupid videos. I love TikTok now. So, you know, get on the Trump train. We're sticking with TikTok. Just got to get China out of there, which will happen. But that's, you know, that's something too. So, what else? Maintenance. Take this time in the off season to work on your equipment. Go through everything. All that shit. I say this and then I don't do it. But all that shit through the whole season that you were like, oh, I got this leaky thing and the compressor's always running and all I got to do is fix this fitting and the compressor will only have to run half as much. Yeah, fuck it. Like, fix that stuff, man. Fix that stuff. Change all your oil. Change your tires. You know, stock up on extra stuff. Put a maintenance bag together, keep in your truck of all the surefire things that are gonna wind up breaking and that you're gonna have issues with, so that when it happens, boom, you're on it. Now, when I started out, I only had a truck and a trailer. I couldn't do much with anything. But as you grow, you can start to to build up to what you want, and that's what we did. You know, now the truck I'm in right now, my truck, is a tool truck. You know, it's got all the tools, it's got power washing parts and supplies, paint sprayer parts and supplies, fittings for the sealer machines. You know, by this time of year, it's pretty depleted and unorganized. But over the winter, we'll stock the truck back up. We'll get everything. We'll clean all the tools. Reorganize everything. So have a plan for stuff like that. I mean, I got enough stuff in here now where if I see somebody on the side of the road with a flat tire, I can pull over and in 2 seconds change the tire for them, and they're on their way. And then they try to give me money, and I go, nope. The only thing I ask you to do is go online and write my company a review. Say, you know what, that company's all right. I had a flat tire on the side of the road. One of their employees stopped to help me. You do that, and we're good. And I've probably changed about 4 tires, and I've got about 0 reviews. So that's about it. Another thing I'll be looking to do in the off season, if people are interested, is some Zoom meetings with you guys, some strategizing, some training, some whatever. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know, and we'll reach out and get you on a schedule or something. I know, like, through the season, my quality contact, it suffers big time, and I'm sorry for that. I apologize, I have a cold, but the more I talk, the worse it gets. I apologize for that. Next season, we're going to try to have somebody with us to video, to try to make things a little easier. I have so much content, I just don't have the time to edit it. We do these huge projects, and believe it or not, I make videos step by step of each part of the process. I just have memory cards loaded with shit. I just don't have the time to do it. So winter is that time where I get caught up on stuff like that. I make these long form videos, self-help videos, as I like to say, for the Sealer Talk playlist. So yeah, man, I hope everybody had a good season. I appreciate everybody, even the ones who call at the most inappropriate times to ask questions. I couldn't, I appreciate you. So, everybody have a good Christmas, and we will talk soon.